Aries, great to see you. Great to see the subscribers back again. Much love to you. Aries April 2020 forecast and predictions. I'm Nigel Saint James. Although you subscribers know that, it's always good to see you. Much love and energy to you always. Let's see what there is in store for this month. Now, this deck was given to me by a former lover from a long time ago, don't worry, before I had children, and, well, she's a witch, and she gifted me the deck because she said it's incredibly hard to read. And she gifted it to me wrapped in string, because the tradition is to wrap a deck in string or rope when providing a tarot deck to somebody. And she did that and said, well, you will be able to read it. And actually, having looked through it, it does have a resonance with me, I have to say, because it, well, I'll get into why it does when I give you the reading, but let's have a look and see what there is first. There is the Nine of Wands. This is the Three of Pentacles. What might that be? That is the Two of Cups. Excellent, excellent indeed. Let's see what else there is here for you. The Knight of Swords. I always like the Knight of Swords. I wonder what it's got to say. We'll see in just a moment. And finally this one here, which is the Six of Pentacles. You're going to love it. Without giving too much away now, come and sit down next to me. Let's have a look at the imagery on these beautiful cards together. Well, I'll share with you what they mean. Fascinating spread of cards for you. Of course, I think I said April 2020. I meant, of course, April 2021. I may be behind the times, but not that far behind the times yet. When I get into my dotage, perhaps. Oh, by the way, I have done personal one-on-one clairvoyant readings with a number of Aries people in the last month, and if you'd be interested to do that, check out the information that's in the description box below. I'm going to have a look now at this first card. The Lord of Winds and Breezes. Let's see what this has to say. Well, the first thing is here. Look at this. This sign here means fire, and this sign here means air. And so he's a fiery part of air. And how do fire and air get on together? They get on famously. And so what we have here is really a picture which is like a wind storm, forces of passion originating in the mind. This Lord of Winds and Breezes that's here, look at him charging ahead. I get a lot of Gemini and Taurus around here, because I think that's what you have, is that you have the energy of the mind in Gemini with the influence of the stability and determination of Taurus in how you go about things. It's the last decan of Taurus that I'm getting here, and so it's the most unpredictable. But it's really your true will exploding in your mind spontaneously is what I get. Goal-oriented, lots of ambition, flexible, intellectual powers, passion, and, dare I say it, even a degree of vehemence. Now, the court cards can be of either gender. I just happen to be, in this case, depicted as a man, and so I say that this is a man who you may well know, and it could be, as I say, a Gemini or a Taurus, a man who is active, clever, skillful, fierce and courageous, but really often unreflective, really. He represents the idea of attack, of the violent power of motion applied. He is the wind, the storm, and his moral qualities, if I were to speak about them, would include skill, subtlety, and cleverness. He is fierce, delicate, courageous, but can be altogether consumed by his current idea, which comes to him as inspiration, and without really any reflection or considered thought is what I'm getting. He has remarkable powers of concentration, this fellow, and so will you. Thoughts and ideas come to him with lightning speed. He is a master of imaginative and flexible thinking, which he uses to achieve his goals. His strong intellectual determination is unified with a deep emotional perceptiveness, I think. And I think that only goals which are emotionally charged can kindle such passion. The body, your intellect and spirit, they are going to be in harmony and move along with you. I suggest that you'll find that you have a clear insight into a problem, and you'll be working quickly to set goals without letting anything getting in the way. Nevertheless, I think that this could be something of a restless period for you where you are transitioning and trying to get somewhere else, either in your everyday life or actually maybe even in travel. This is also really for you because I'm notice that it's diagonally opposite this Nine of Wands here. This is a time for you to listen to your head rather than your heart, because he, I think, is someone who is more comfortable in his head rather than in expressing his feelings. This night here really indicates restlessness in all aspects of life. Maybe you want to break free from the workplace. And you may even encounter, well, yourself I hope not, but you may see in others, you know those relationships which represent the love-hate relationship, where there are breakups and reunions, and so on and so on. They're actually quite common, more common than you would think. You'd wonder who would have the energy to put up with it. But certainly you might find or hear of somebody at this time who says, I have had enough of it. Who signed up for this? But in any event, to complete this character here, the Lord of Winds and Breezes, you are in a position now to forge plans, to set goals, and bring them into fruition. Do you know your goal? What happens once you achieve it? Imagine how you will best be able to enjoy your success. And say to yourself, I know my goal and I know what I am working towards. Each goal is just a milestone on the way to my ultimate destination. Now, we mentioned the card that was diagonally opposite, so why don't we have a look at it? This is the what? The Nine of Wands. Yep, the Nine of Wands. Now, this Nine of Wands is the Lord of great strength, and it is the moon ruling the second decan of Sagittarius. Now, for me, mystically, well, what says it here, the moon in Sagittarius, but it's the second decan, that fixed decan. You know how there are, each sign is divided into 30 degrees, and then each sign represents 30 degrees, then each sign itself is then divided into 3 sections of 10 degrees each. The cardinal decan, the fixed decan, and then the mutable decan at the end of it. Well, this is in the fixed decan. The 3rd to the 12th of December is where I'd put it. Now, mystically, with the number 9 here, I also have an association of the moon. So we have the moon in the card, and for me, the moon in the numerology. And so there's a double lunar influence, as the moon is ruling both the decan and the 9, the numerology of it. What we have here is, I think, power gained through unifying conscious and unconscious energies here. A wholeness is going to envelop you. There'll be great determination and strength of character shown by you. You may even be called upon to demonstrate some courage under fire and defend what you have worked for. Definitely, you will have a great belief in yourself. Now, the moon often refers to things which are unconscious, which are latent, and recognizing unused potentials sets you free, sets free more energies which are experienced as new and perhaps unusual. It is a strength that grows from within for you at this time, and that's symbolized, I think, by this crescent moon. When the unconscious becomes visible, you are faced with many things you have covered up in order to avoid looking at them, you know. This can produce fear of some sort, the fear of feeling painful wounds you've covered up and hoped to forget. There may also simply be fear of your yet unproven strength, which reaches into all the areas of your life, reorganizing them. This budding self-realization allows no return to the familiar situation of weakness and ignorance. I think what this is saying to you is that you are going to be able to reach into yourself and discover new depths of strength and power that you never thought you had. Now, you may encounter obstacles, of course, but the important point is that you'll have the strength to overcome them. Now, when this 9 turns up in this corner with this Knight opposite, very interesting connection between these two energies here. When this 9 of Wands turns up in that position, you can be reassured that you have what it takes to get by, even in times of difficulty and strength, or stress rather. Inner strength is going to rise up and guide you towards your goal. And in the process, you are going to gain a new, all-round perspective which brings you security and self-confidence. I think you'll find that you're in the process of discovering your real strength. Trust your inner guide. You may want to take part in groups which can help you develop and unfold your potential. Are you a little afraid of your own strength? In what areas in your life does this fear come up? But in any event, say this to yourself because it is the right time. I know more and more clearly who I am. This recognition leads to the full development of my potential strength. And then that takes us, I think, logically next to the Lord of Material Work, otherwise known as the 3 of Pentacles. And here in the 3 of Pentacles, well, the developer has Mars in Capricorn, but again, I'd say it's the 2nd decan of Capricorn, that fixed, unyielding decan. In this case, the 3rd to the 12th of January is the decan of Capricorn concerned. Now, Mars in Capricorn, well, Mars equates with energy, assertion, and vitality. And Capricorn, well, that's about ambition, practicality, and making things tangible. Now, the good thing about this card is that in the astrology of it, Mars is also exalted in Capricorn, and so the energy of Mars is very constructive in this scenario, in Capricorn, rather than Mars's often destructive self. Now, Capricorn's materialism benefits from the energy and activity of Mars, so this card signifies that investing time and effort in work, however broadly you want to define that, is going to turn out very favorably for you. Now, this thing said that you had endurance and you could reach into depth. Well, this is talking about work, some sort of gradual progress, a duty to yourself, and self-confidence. Now, there could well be a new job coming up here. Certainly there's career satisfaction. You will be doing a good job and there'll be continued progression with things. Productivity. Maybe be involved in teamwork and consulting and talking to other people about things. There is now at hand a reward for your hard work and dedication. Your skills and knowledge will move you forward. As I say, very good outcomes for career, business projects, and practical matters in general. So that could include things involving cooking, or decorating the house, or gardening even, things like that. And I think what's going to happen is that your mind, your heart, and your spirit, they're going to be in balance. Life is generally going to be in balance for you, and you are going to reap the rewards of a balanced life. You'll have a great ability to stick with things and overcome obstacles. Set your spinnaker high now and let the wind fill it, because this is the time for you to be moving forward. I think that there is some situation that is demanding your readiness to work steadily. Engage yourself totally, because it's going to be worth it. In what areas of your life do you still hold yourself back? And in which areas could you be giving more of your energies? Find out and remain aware of what you want to set your full energies towards achieving, and say this to yourself: I am now ready to give and receive everything. So it's fitting indeed then that we come to this card, the Six of Pentacles, which is the Lord of material success. There's a Six Pentacles on the bottom there, and this beautiful apple coming through here. Now the developer has the moon in Taurus, and again I have to say it's in the fixed decan of Taurus, that 1st to the 10th of May, I think. The moon in Taurus. Well, in ordinary astrology, the moon is also exalted in Taurus, which is a great sign. But the moon, of course, is transient in nature, isn't it? It waxes, it becomes full, it wanes, it disappears, and then it comes back again. And this says that success for you is not a continuum. Rather, you have a success here, a success there, one there, one there, one there, one there. They are moments of time, these successes. I think what we have here for you is, really the external manifestation of the inner world, which is bringing about success and transformation with you. So there is, of course, success. There's generosity both ways, I think. Paying it forward, receiving things gratefully. You could receive a financial boost or something of value here. For those who are seeking a grant or a scholarship, I think that could well be well received. And for those making application to the welfare system, I think that's going to work out fine as well. So the energy that's coming through here, and this is following on from the work that you've been doing on yourself and the energies which have been coming in from previous month, is that there is some degree which is in your mind and in your world what you consider to be some sort of material success and a degree of prosperity. There may well be the opportunity to be involved in a profitable adventure. But this, I have to tell you, is also a reminder for you to remember the successes in your life to date and to build on those. Certainly there is with you, I think, at this time, a desire for success. And if you look inside yourself now, I think you'll admit that is true. Well, what you must do is be willing to take risks, calculated risks, nothing wasteful. Be committed. Trust your intuition, because the heart can tell you things that the mind can never even see. But be open to your success. It is, no less than a gift you can learn to accept thankfully and humbly. That is what success is. And real success only comes once you have learned to serve. You understand that, surely. And success, you see, under these conditions, enriches all levels of your being. What does success mean for you at the moment? Visualize as precisely as possible what your success looks like, and say to yourself, my self-acceptance and my self-confidence, they are the keys to real success. Well then, shall we have a look at the Lord of Love? Here it is, the Lord of Love. Let me put it this way so the signs can be seen. Venus, Cancer. Okay, Venus in Cancer. Now, this time it's the first decan of Cancer, I think the 21st of June to the 1st of July. Both these glyphs, Venus and Cancer, look, this really exemplifies the benefit of drawing this card, because Venus is the most receptive of planets, and it is the planet of love, beauty, and creativity. And Cancer, of the signs, is about nurturing, comfort, support, and healing. So this is speaking of receptive love, happy relationships, and emotional exchange. Certainly close bonds and togetherness, love, harmony, a relationship that is strengthening, a relationship that's beginning to strengthen. Now, this doesn't just mean romance, of course. It can mean a social relationship, a platonic relationship, a friendship, or something to do with work. If you're in sales, it's a particularly great time to do, because Venus is the goddess of sales. Remember, if you love yourself, you are attractive to others. Your receptiveness towards yourself prepares you to give yourself totally to somebody else. Now, I think a deep emotional exchange is going to be possible, a giving and receiving of overflowing love. And this union occurs in complete harmony, as is symbolized by these two figures working in harmony together here. The water here is still, and the sky, which this is a reflection of, is clear and blue. You need readiness to receive. Love makes you attractive, so have a readiness. Surrender to yourself, to others, and to life. Now, it certainly is the case that you could well hear of marriage at this time. It's a very good time for the beginning of harmonious relationships, close friendships, as I say, perhaps partnerships. And if you're in meditation, I suspect you'll be able to access universal love. This also speaks, of a love which is both special and equal. And you can give and receive love in equal measure. With which persons, in which surroundings can you now share your love? Pay attention to the love coming to you now. Remain open and let it enter you and go deep inside. And really, you should just think to yourself and say to yourself at this time, there is nothing to do but enjoy what life offers. I am now ready to let into my life the love relationships which will fulfill me. That's it for you this month. Well, it was my pleasure and privilege to provide that reading for you. Isn't it interesting, the things that come through with tarot cards? You know how one card can have so many things that it wants to get across to you. It never ceases to amaze me, and I'm confident that you will have enjoyed it as well. Look, and if you do enjoy it, please do me the favor and hit the like button. Apparently it does things for the YouTube gods, and it would help more people see what we ourselves enjoy. But listen, in the meantime though, there's one thing that I want you to remember, and to remember it always, and that is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, it's bye for now.